We're back with Rosemarie Sullivan on the People Chronicles. So many lessons to be learned here today, and thank you for sharing them with us. What I want to ask right now is where we left off earlier. And when people come to you and they may be going through a particular coincidence or a particular situation or problem, do you see things or feel things from them?
I sort of do. And I think it's because then I do what Cheryl says, is to slow down and pay attention. So it's like taking a deep breath and just slow myself down, and then I can give them some advice. Like, for example, a friend of mine's just lost her husband, and she said her son's having difficulty and is looking for a sign. And I said, you just need to slow down and look, and not even consciously look, because sometimes it's right there and you don't see it. For example, when my dad died, which was 1.5 years after Cheryl, I had this feeling come over me at 2:00 in the afternoon, and I was in Bangkok. My dad died at 2 a.m. over here. It was the exact time that he died. I looked at my watch. I got this feeling, if everybody knows me, I wouldn't have done this. I had walked away from the people I was with. I was at an orphanage serving food. It was Lucent's Day of Caring. I was working for Lucent Technologies at the time. And I started arguing with God. Take him. No, don't take him. He's not going to be happy with having both his legs amputated. Just take him, and I actually in my heart knew that he passed away. But I couldn't call home because it was 2 a.m. So I waited to 8:00, which I knew it would be 8 at night over there, 8 a.m. And my sister kept saying, he's gone. And I said, I know. It's like I can sort of tune in. And I've been able to tune into people to just say, pay attention. Did you consider, like a friend of mine just died and his father was from Central Catholic? Pay attention. Do you see a cardinal flying towards you? A symbol of my dad is a cardinal. And butterflies. So there's different things people can tune into. You just have to be observant.
So is it hard for you when you see people going through a difficult time and they aren't open to feeling something or waiting for something or being as patient as you are, because you've learned so much since 1997 and your coincidence that had happened? So how do you deal with trying to leave an impact on someone and getting them to learn from you?
I think it's just mainly by telling my story and just saying that I was a very impatient person, and I still do have a lot of impatience. And God, or your higher power, whatever you choose to call them, in good time will present that to you. Whether it's picking up something and reading something in a magazine, it might be a quote that you read, and all of a sudden it's like, man, I really needed that today. And it might be, well, that's the voice of my loved one telling me that. Or it could be a phone call from someone that you haven't heard from in a long time, and they have a message for you. One of the things my dad always taught me was say hi to everybody, talk to everybody. You just never know what message someone's going to have. And it's just the ability to slow yourself down and pay attention.
That's so true. And people are always in a hurry and they feel as though they don't have time for themselves, let alone someone else. But not only do you have time for yourself with, we'll call it a gift, because that's exactly what it is. It is a gift to see and feel what other people can't see and feel, and that's very special. And the fact that you have the ability to do this is neat. But like I said, you have the time for yourself, but you also have the time for others. And I know you do so much volunteering. So I know our viewers or even our listeners may have that name in their mind, and your name may be familiar to them. Tell us a few of the things that you volunteer for.
Well, I do play the guitar at St. Joseph's Church in Reading, so I'm in charge of their guitar group, and I do that 2 to 3 times a month. I have been an active volunteer at Berksheim since 1979.
Wow.
We do bingo up there once a month with the residents, and I take my dog, who's a therapy dog, which they love to do that. I am also a member of Toastmasters. Well, I took a sabbatical from there, but I'm co-running with someone else, Frankie Aiken. You might know that name. A youth group. What's a Toastmasters for Youth. In fact, I saw up here Maddie, and I bought her book. Maddie was one of our our speakers at our last meeting.
Neat. Yes.
So we have youth from all over Berks County that come at Alvernia University 8 Saturdays out of the year, and we teach them how to do public speaking. So that's just 3 of the things. I do a lot of other things, but those are my 3 main things.
And you did talk about your twin sister, so
yes.
If people think they see double, I'm telling you, they just might. So we thank you so very much for sharing your story with us today. And I wanted to close it with, some facts that you did share with us today, the 3 things that you learned, if you just want to recap them once again, so people have a better understanding. And I don't want you to get phone calls saying, "Are you the Berks County medium that we heard?"
I'm not a medium.
Can you read us? So it's nothing like that. This is something that you learned on your own, and now you carry it with you.
Yeah.
So again.
Well, I think lesson number 1 is that there are no coincidences. They're God incidences. Slow down, pay attention, whether it be something you're reading, something you're seeing. God put it there for you to learn from it, so just slow down and pay attention. The second thing is pray to the Holy Spirit for anything that you would want in life, if it's God's will. And the third thing is to rebuke Satan on a daily basis, which can be also getting rid of those negative thoughts in your head. And just like with your breath, the book I read this year was so phenomenal about that, about breath work. Mm-hmm. When you're taking in a breath, you're really breathing in God's Spirit. And when you're exhaling, you're releasing negativity, whether it be your ego, Satan, or whatever. So slow yourself down and go to your breath. It's very important.
Yes, your quiet place. Thank you. Take a nice deep breath of fresh air with Rosemarie. Thank you once again. And I really enjoyed it. But one thing that you did mention that I have to go back and talk about just briefly is you said even a quote, even something like a simple quote is a sign. And that is so true. Wherever, if it's in a book, if it's on your computer, if it's something that you may read on a billboard somewhere, there are signs everywhere. So I have learned that. It takes a long time. It might not happen in your 20s or your 30s, but when your 40s start kicking in, you really start learning to slow down and take your time. So thank you for sharing that story with us today, Rosemarie.
You're welcome.
Do you have a Facebook page or an email in case someone might want to get in touch with you?
I do have a Facebook page. It's under my name, all one word, Rosemarie Sullivan. And my email is rmarie328@msn.com.
All right. Thank you. I'm Jackie Hoffman. These are the People Chronicles with Rosemarie Sullivan.